All right, bang, bang. Welcome to the Day Portnoy Show with Eddie and Company, presented by High Noon.
I got to get the guava and the kiwi. The pool pack is now out, and I got to get those. I got to get those. It's time to redo the power rankings. So the pool pack, I've heard great things about both. I've heard people say guava is the best. I have kiwi. I'm still a passion fruit guy. Real vodka, real juice. Everybody knows that. I want to do a blind taste test with every other seltzer because I know it's better than every other seltzer. So there it is. High Noon.
I heard you could find it everywhere too. I was under the impression that like you'd have to run around to find this, but I guess it's just
Can
everywhere.
you?
So
yeah. I'm gonna actually try. Today's my busiest day. Tuesdays. Like a fucking fly here. This fucking rental house is a piece of trash. But I'm gonna try to get it today or tomorrow.
Okay.
I have
So
the
go get
normal
guava.
ones. I just don't have the pool packs.
So go check out the guava, kiwi, new flavors, ready for summer. High Noon. Go get it. All right, so we're gonna kick it off with a guest, a face that you saw nice and closely yesterday. Here's Hank Lockwood.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's not, what is it? I'm just looking through the ads. We're bringing on the big guests. You're getting big gets, Eddie.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Hank, you got the guy from the Red Sox game. I mean, the Red Sox Yankees game.
Yeah.
Big guess.
And we got one more.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what it was when Hank said. I don't think it's that. It's just a weird thing. It's more just weird. Like, why would you send that to your family, Hank? Well, how does that have anything to do with a workout?
It wasn't really about the picture. That's the thing. And also, it was the first time it was literally the first picture I took on the new phone, and I didn't know the flash was on. So that, I think, made it even weirder. But it wasn't, like, I took it, I was like, that was weird, the flash went off. But also, this is my flesh and blood. Who cares? It's just the closest people to me. It's more just to, like, you know how it is with family. They always want you to check in.
No.
The group
The
group text
would
is
never
active. I'm like the least active person in there. So I'm like, I'll send a quick update, like let them know I worked out.
Yeah. With like a weird face. I don't know. It was a strange photo. I like, that's why no one reacted to it. It's like, what? I didn't even know what it was. It was like, this is strange. If Caleb never responded, I never would have said anything.
He texted me on the side, with the picture, and I was like, oh my God. I thought that the group text was me, Rhea, Caleb, and his girlfriend. I was like, that's bad. Like, that's so cringy that I sent that. And then I clicked back, and then I clicked into the text message. I was like, and then I was paralyzed with just like embarrassment. Once I saw Gaz, you, and Big Cat, I was just like, this is the worst. This is the worst thing I've ever done.
I mean, it's just awkward. It's just you're weird. I've always known you're a strange person. So, I mean, it wasn't like.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
It was just a weird. It could have been a lot worse. It's just a weird picture of your face. Like, I just don't get how that has anything to do with, hey, I just completed this workout. Here's,
well, you can
like,
see in my face, I'm gassed. I was,
I don't know. Weird.
Wait, what happened with the phone thing? So he just straight up spiked your phone?
That's more like the loud Sean. I can't believe you went out with him one last time.
Well, we went out for drinks after work. I had my backpack with me. I thought it was going to be like a couple beers and then go home type thing. It was like 5 o'clock. Not sure why I thought that, because it was vintage Loud Sean. It was 2016, 2017. He brought the full tank, and he was doing beer tweets with Dana where he was just doing full Jacks and Cokes. Probably did like 4 of those, beating Dana every time. And then he was like, anyone want to go to karaoke? Everyone was like, And he like put his arm around me and was like,
is it karaoke where the problems began last time?
Yes.
When he got in that basket? Yeah.
Right. So he was like, it was clear he had this in mind. He was like, who wants to go to karaoke? Everyone was like, And he like came over to me, put his arm around me, and was like, spitting in my ear, shit face, and was like, when have I ever asked you to do anything for me? I was like, never. And he's like, we have to go to karaoke. I was like, all right, yeah. Like if you're calling in a favor, like we're going to karaoke.
So who went?
Like,
who went?
Me, Dana, Noah, some kid Trent who vetted on Coach Prime. I never like really talked to him before that night. Booze maybe, like Snapchat Steve, and that was it.
No idea who Snapchat Steve. Yeah, I mean, if Loud Sean asks you to karaoke, you're gonna get your phone spiked. Like
and he walked in when we took a big Uber there, and we got out of the car, and he's like, I'm paying for everything. We have to get kicked out though. Like he was absolutely on one. And then there was no reservations. I was like, all right, this might not happen. And he like loud talked his way, like he just overpaid or whatever he had to do. Like we could see him talking to the front desk, and he's like, "Follow me, let's go." It was something. It was a spectacle. We didn't get kicked out, thankfully. His wife was there. I think she kind of realized he needed to go home. So
his wife was there?
yeah, that's why I thought it wasn't gonna be like a loud Sean night. It was like, he told us we wanted to get drinks with everyone one last time. Like his wife was gonna come. I was like, oh yeah, it'll be a casual, like we'll have some laughs and go about our Friday night. But it was clear once we started that it was gonna be it was vintage loud Sean. He was like, we were outside. There's probably 5 picnic tables, and he was like preaching. Like anyone at these 5 picnic tables. And anyone walking by, like people were just walking by, like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like he was screaming. But it was one final ride. I wouldn't want it any other way, you know.
I have never gone out with him, and I never will, never would. I like Loud Sean, but I mean he's a problem. Like he's an absolute problem. That's why I was banned from. I can't believe his wife is there. So he listens to his wife when he's shit faced.
I mean, dragged out might be a little bit dramatic, but that more or less, like he was about to start breaking things, I think, and I think she heard him say that, everything's on us, so she probably just didn't want to foot that bill. And if she wasn't there, he would have just Feidelberg said it on KFC Radio, but he would have turned the karaoke room into like one of those destructive rooms.
Was her other husband there?
What? Oh no. But that karaoke, like the original video was Mr. Brightside. Like that was the video from the original night. That song came on in karaoke, so I started filming it. I can send the video, but I'll send you the video. We'll get your live reaction because it's.
You mean you have the video of him taking your phone?
Yeah, the end of this video, he grabs my phone and just like throws it as hard as he can at the ground.
This is
but not in an angry way. It was funny. Like I wasn't even. My phone wasn't that fucked up. It was just like cracked.
Is Loud Sean getting like cucks? What was that? What was that? Her other husband?
Well,
you know the story.
I don't know the story, but I guess we were not going to.
The foot-based sport blogger.
Yeah.
What?
Come on, Gaz.
Guess what? Are you, a dummy? Be a bigger dummy.
He definitely wouldn't have been on Out and About if he was here.
Got back down 17 times, shot 2 threes.
Got it.
This worked out, dang. Loud Sean deflection here. How about Loud Sean? Last week you probably thought the last mention would be of him, and then now we got this story.
I mean, it's not like a surprising story. The only thing that's surprising is that his wife was there with him, and that she can corral him. But
yeah, so then when I got my new phone like backed up, and for whatever reason, like it was fine, like they backed it up, but basically my iCloud updated, but only to Saturday. Like when I went to my messages, it was from Saturday. Like I didn't have any of my Sunday or Monday messages, and I didn't have like the PMT group text, like my friends from home group text, and my family group text like weren't popping up. So I was like, oh, it just must be like new phone, something going on. I know the name of the group text is fam, and I didn't fucking think there was any other fam group text in my phone, so I didn't even think about it. And no one responded for 3 hours, so it was like I sent that and was kind of like, wow, I'm surprised no one in my family responded, but like when Caleb sent me that, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I just had no idea. I was just like, I have no idea what this is. None. Like, I didn't understand what F45, I didn't understand any of it. But whatever. It's like, I've seen a lot of weird stuff in the 20 years of doing this, so I wasn't that surprised.
Day one in the books, Hank.
We got
Day two today?
Guest. I don't know.
What do you say?
Troll cat has entered the building. I sent you that video, Dave, I think.
I haven't got it yet.
I filed a complaint.
I didn't get it.
I saw that.
So I went upstairs, and it's crazy how many people work for us now, but I went upstairs, and I was like, where's HR? And they, like, pointed. Conveniently, it's right by Hank's desk. And I just saw this guy, and I was just like, I'd like to file a complaint. He's like, okay. And then that was it. So
Hank, you're upstairs?
Yeah.
He's a suit now. That's Dave. That's probably the scariest part of this is he's kind of my boss now. So there's a power structure that is at play.
I had no
here.
idea. I had no idea that it was upstairs.
I mean, I can't sit next. It's chaos downstairs.
It is beautiful. I'll let you guys get back to it, but it's just so great because like Hank is grown up and he's he's a suit and he's progressed so much in his career, and this is just like an old school 2014 mistake by Hank.
Yeah, it's just so weird. It's just a very weird like. Why would your family want to see like an extreme close up? Like it just had nothing to do with the workout.
Well, I thought you could see in my it was out again. It's not like I was posting it on the internet. I wasn't posting it on the internet.
You were trying to show that you were gassed.
It was just I'll just send a quick up. Like it's not. I wasn't like I was posting on my Instagram story like tweeting it. Like that would be weird. But I was just like, quick little family update. Like
I'm haunted by it. Forever. Eddie, do you feel safe, Eddie?
I mean, a lot going on with Hank nowadays.
I don't feel safe. That's all I got to say.
All right, Hank. Thank you.
Thank you. That's to watch the video. But at the end of that, he just takes my phone and grabs it.
Oh, I just got it.
It's unreal.
Come on. Turning to the sea, turning to the lullaby, cooking on the appetite, but it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me, calling me.
Oh, that's exactly what I expected.
Holy shit.
Sean's final moments to be.
Yeah, that's why it's like I'm not even. He called me out. He obviously didn't remember it. He called me when he saw the tweet and was like, "Dude, you want me to pay for it?" I was like, "No, man. It's like you walk in the lion's den. You can't really get mad if you get bitten. Like you go to karaoke with Loud Sean, things are getting broken."
Most aggressive video.
The Dave Portnoy show can just be this video. We can call it. This is all we need. This is literally
dude.
all we need. But this is Loud Sean.
I mean, the OG, it's the OG. That's why I took the video, because it's like the OG video is him doing the Mr. Brightside right before, disaster struck and all that other stuff happened. But when Mr. Brightside came on, I was like, I got to film this. And
this is it. This show's a wrap. I mean, this is all we need.
This video is nuts.
He's got the devil in his eyes. When he comes up, when he's getting ready to grab the phone, he's got the devil in his eyes.
Wait, there's one other one you'll get a kick out of.
Is that sweat or beer?
I think it's a combination of sweat and Jack Daniels.
Wow. That's
Loud Sean, baby.
I've never gone out with him, so this is like.
It hadn't been like that.
Right.
Like there was like it was only a few times. Like it was like
that's the devil. That my man. There'll never be another Loud Sean. I think there's a chance he's back, but I mean this.
It's unbelievable.
I just send you the other one where he's like a bowling ball. He just fucking bodies me into the wall.
Oh.
Be at my show, watching, waiting, commemorating. Stay so, I wanna go, turn the lights on, carry me home.
Oh my God.
The man's an absolute tornado. I mean, there'll never be another guy like this guy. Now, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go out with him. You couldn't pay me $1 million. Or I wouldn't you need paid actors in the bar. Because to go out with a guy like this, how can you do that?
He called in the favor. He's like, when have I asked
These
you for anything?
videos haven't been out yet?
I don't think so. I mentioned it on KFC Radio. I think they put it in KFC Radio. I don't like. We just didn't. I don't know. They haven't been out, so. But they're. I mean,
Unbelievable.
That's
This
that's
looks
that's
like-
my payback for the phone breaking. Is like,
This honestly looks like if you had to extract information from a terrorist in Baghdad, put Loud Sean in there and have him karaoke with them, they'd give up all their information in like 5 seconds. Just forget waterboarding and be like, here comes Loud Sean, put him Mr. Brightside and let him fucking go nuts.
That's a madman, dude.
legend.
He's a lunatic.
Holy
He's a
shit.
lunatic. The man brings his own fucking stripper gun to Vegas and just blacks out.
Oh, he
But
was
like
going
he
through the
says, he
greatest
always
hits.
comes out the other side. But those are videos. What a fucking savage.
Yeah,
What an absolute savage.
Wouldn't want to end it any other way. That's he was like he called in the favor. He's like, when have I asked you for anything? He's like, we have to go to karaoke. I was like, all right.
Honestly, I'm trying to think how much money you'd have to pay me to go out with Loud Sean on a night and like have to hang out with him till he is either arrested or like is done. It had to be like $5-7 million for one night with Loud Sean.
I mean, the most memorable people I've had on a level I've never seen is like it's like three. It's just Loud Sean, and then like someone else. Like when he cannonballed in the jacuzzi, like if there's 6 people in a jacuzzi, it's full at the Houston house, and he cannonballed in the middle of it, like when there was no room, like there was like a 1 foot circle for him to land, and he just jumped up and cannonballed into it. Unbelievable.
He was putting coke in his eyes. He was literally putting coke in his eyeballs. The man's a menace. There's no other way to describe it. He's one of the great menaces of society. I should know. I should have known the second I saw him stone sober. He cleaned out that coffee shop twice. But this gives a taste of people think we exaggerate. No. There'll never, ever, ever be another Loud Sean. Ever.
No, never.
I didn't know. That's the first time I saw it. That's
What, you think we're
crazy.
exaggerating about the guy is a menace to society? Well, I hope his new place doesn't watch this video or prematurely just ban him from drinking. If you want a long relationship with Loud Sean, don't let him drink. Period.
Well, that's why it was so funny too, because like he hasn't been like that in like 4 years. Like he
got banned.
Yeah, he
I
stopped,
banned
but
him.
like he was a completely normal and great, great person to work with, like normal guy.
Well, he got banned. Hey,
Yeah, I know, but
banned
after
him.
the ban, he was very like, he followed the ban very strictly.
Yeah.
That shit just doesn't go away.
No, yeah.
Well, he's a lunatic.
he just
The
let it
man is
loose.
a menace to society when he drinks.
Fun time.
All right, Hank. Thank
All right,
you.
thanks.
All right, Dave. Let's talk about Birddogs. Then we're gonna get to the Yankees fan.
So I'm wearing them. Birddogs super comfortable shorts, super comfortable pants. I actually saw a Birddogs commercial online. It's pretty good. Funny, well done, actually. But Birddogs, go to birddogs.com, enter promo code Dave. They'll throw in free Birddogs whistle tip football. That's birddogs.com, promo code Dave for free Birddogs whistle tip football with your pair of Birddogs. Yeah. They have the underwear built in. That was kind of what the commercial I saw. It was like a young kid playing an old guy. It was. We should find it. It's a pretty good online Birddogs commercial. But yeah, I wear them 24/7. It's all I wear for shorts out here. Literally, I save my underwear for jeans because when I'm wearing my Birddogs, I don't need them.
Saves you some money on the Dolce
I like what
underwear.
we've done here. This is smart, by the way. Our new, whoever decided this, the account for our advertisers when we get the sheets says how big of an account it is, whether we can use our rated language, that type of shit. It's a good, whoever came up with this is one of the smarter people we probably have.
Well, I think that's because we had like an R-rated clip, and an advertiser pulled.
Wait, what?
We had like an advertiser pulled because someone said shit that they didn't like in a read. So
Tell me more.
we'll talk about it more after we get to our guy here.
Okay. This is the Yankees guy.
There he is. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
So, did you know? So you go to West Point, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that, Dave?
Yes, because you reached out. What's your name again?
Tanner Bivens.
Yeah, Tanner. So he DM'd me because I saw the clip. Everybody saw the clip. He's wearing the pinstripe like boxers. He's got the tank top. He looks like the typical Yankee douchebag. But it was so over the top that I tweeted like, I hate this guy so much. I think I love him. He reached out to me and said he was going to be on the show. So I knew it was coming. But I would not have guessed when I saw him that he was a West Point guy, because those two images very much in my mind do not go together. Like, I thought he was going to be somebody, the typical Italian family. I don't know what he was doing for work. Maybe worked in a bar. I mean, you got to have your shit together to be at West Point. So what was that, like an over-the-top act that you put together at that Yankees game?
I was there with 7 of the guys who were playing the football team with me, and I actually bought those boxers right outside the stadium in one of the stores, and threw them on. And I had that white tank top on underneath my shirt for the 7th inning stretch. My friends wanted me to take it off for the 7th inning stretch, and I took it off in the 1st inning to get the all white outfit. So
you knew you looked like the typical. Yeah. So I mean, that's the beauty of Yankee fans. There would be some Yankee fans out there that when people start talking will get like mad, be like, what are you talking about? I look totally normal. Once we found out the West Point angle, and I had a very different interpretation of what we're going to get on this podcast, which is most people I've met from West Point, whether it be and Navy or anybody military related, have been super respectful, smart people. So that's kind of what I was expecting, and figured it was a little bit of him playing up the Yankee like douchebag image.
Of course, yeah. I'm actually from Georgia, so I'm new to like the area. The only reason I was at the Yankees game was because of just something to do on the weekends. We got the weekend off from football, or at least Saturday night off. So we went down to the Yankees game. So
are you even a Yankee fan?
I am a little bit, not as much. I grew up a Braves fan, but since I moved up here, like, the Braves aren't around, so I got to be a Yankees fan.
They did win the World Series last year.
They did. Yeah, no, that's my team, but the Yankees I kind of picked up since I've been here.
Got it. What position do you play?
I play O-line.
Do you play?
I'm a freshman, so I'll not yet, but hopefully we'll get there soon. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Say the yes, sir. So while I'd love for that guy to exist in real life, that guy doesn't. He does. There's other people who do it, but it's not Tanner.
Wait, so you're a freshman? That means you don't get to leave campus much at all, right?
Right. I'm so like there at the academy. There's like a redshirt year type thing. It's called like the prep school. It's on base. So I'm up in like 40 miles north of the city right now. So it's like a redshirt school. So I get to go through like the West Point academics, but like it's my redshirt year. So I get to leave a little bit more this year than I do next year, as like a true freshman. So I get a little bit more time off. So that was like me and my other guys who were like redshirting with me type thing. And then we just went down to the game for Saturday night, and then people started running up to me because I got posted on Barstool. I had no idea.
I mean, it was an unbelievable image. But again, once it all came through, once he said he was at Army, I was like, oh, well, this is not that guy. Like I said, those guys don't match up. And not good or bad, but I respect they're just different guys in Army. Those Army guys are not those guys. They're just not. They're different people. And I mean that respectfully. I like both groups. But I mean, Army guys, Navy guys, the people who go to the academies have their shit zipped up, super respectful. They're not doing that. They're not doing that look.
And didn't you reach out to be an athlete? Didn't you reach out before about that?
What did you say? Sorry?
Didn't you reach out to be a Barstool athlete or something too?
I did, but I wanted to back in July whenever the NIL came out. But the service academies, we can't do NIL right now because of payment through the military. So I would love to do stuff through NIL, but I can't.
Yeah, it's super complicated. There's some antiquated federal law or something that We had a lot of people from the service academies reach out when we launched it, and then they all had to pull because it's a ridiculous, like, I don't want to say a blue law, but something that made no sense to me why they couldn't do it, but there was a reason they couldn't do it.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, it was a very funny look, but academy guys don't fuck around. They're like the most buttoned up people we got, so.
Did like any of
Dave,
your drill guys see it or anything? Like, was anyone giving you shit?
Oh, of course. Like when we got back here, so obviously I'm one of the younger guys on the team. We had meetings yesterday. I had to get up in front of there's about 30 offensive linemen. I had to get up in front of the whole meeting room. Some like 28 of the 30 guys had seen the video, obviously. I don't know how the 2 didn't, but I had to explain myself. And then like the upperclassmen were kind of, it was a mix between like laughing and like making fun of me. It was kind of funny. I thought it was funny.
So what happens? I'm not always familiar. Like, once you graduate, you go overseas?
No, sir, not necessarily. It depends on what you branch in. So you get stationed around in the United States, but you can go overseas, but you have to serve for 5 years in the military after you graduate. Now, that might not be full combat depending on what you branch, because some people, like the top of the class where you graduate, you can branch like something like finance, which is a desk job. You can go like infantry, which is more of like a more hands-on like combat thing if you want it to be. You can really kind of pick and choose, but if you're at the bottom of the class, you don't really get an option.
When did you decide that you wanted to go to Army?
I chose Army in the early summer going into my senior year. I chose
Why?
here over. I just wanted to serve the country, and I wanted a good education, like a bunch of like-minded people around me.
So did anybody in your family, any history of service?
My grandfather on my dad's side served in the Army, but he didn't come to West Point or anything. And when I committed here, I actually got like a lot of people who were like, why would you want to go do that type thing? Because I had a couple other scholarship offers to go play an SEC or an ACC school, and I chose here over those schools. So, but I don't regret my decision. I think it's the best decision I ever made.
And am I mistaken that you have to get like a congressman like letter, like recommendation and things like that, right? Like I work under the impression that Army Navy are like the 2 hardest schools to get into.
I mean, so when I was coming out of high school, when I committed here, so I knew I was coming here the whole time. I only applied here. I didn't apply anywhere else when I was coming out of high school. It took me 8 months to complete my entire application because I have to go get like a congressional nomination for my congressman back in Georgia. And then you have to do like police records, and you have to get caught up on like your immunization, say like your shots and stuff like that. So it's like a whole process. They have to make sure your eyesight's good, hearing, everything. You have to be like pretty physically like perfect to get in here.
Right. And like, don't you need like great grades too? Or am I?
Yeah, no, yeah, you do need good grades too. Good ACTS, like standardized test scores too.
Yeah.
You have to, Dave, if someone cheats in your class, you have to tell on them.
Well, that's like, what is that movie? Brendan Fraser, School Ties. They all are cheating on the test and they blame on him. No, like I said, that is why the disconnect of what I saw on TV, because those 2 schools, I personally can't have more respect for anybody who goes there. It's a huge decision, like you said, serving the country. Those are not the Goomba Yankee fans generally. So still a funny bit, but I knew we were dealing with somebody really smart, really like, respectful.
Yeah.
So we got to get you guys up here for a game. I know that you are in Manhattan a lot.
Yeah, we go to the Army Navy game like almost every year.
I saw that you were at the game this year.
I haven't been to a game. I would love that, to go to a game on campus. I've never done that.
No, if there's any way I could like somehow get some way of contacting, so I could contact you for the fall season coming up, we could get you up here for a game for sure.
Yeah, I think we can definitely do that. You already have we DM'd on Instagram, so you have it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'll get it. All right. Well, I appreciate the future service is a great choice, and we'll try to. I'd love to go to a game on campus. Army Navy, I've said this a million times. Outside of Patriot Super Bowls is my favorite sporting event to go to. Just the pageantry and everything about it. It's just a very different game. So, we'll be in touch, and thanks for coming on.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right. I mean, I was.
I knew once he said he went to Army, he was not going to be that guy.
The typical Goomba Yankees fan.
Well, he wasn't going to be that guy dressed. Like he said, he bought this. Like, some guys will dress like that and not have an ounce of self-awareness.
Yeah, like the guy, I think KFC's pinned tweet is his whole thing where he goes through them all.
Yeah, that guy, once he said, I play football at West Point, okay, very different. I mean, it's a huge decision to make. Like he said he got SEC offers, ACC offers. He chose West Point. It's a different type of person. And
oh, yeah.
Super, like, to me, it's instant respect. I'm sure there's some douchebags there as well, but when somebody says they went to West Point, you start at a 10. Or Naval Academy, you start at a 10 in my mind. Like, I expect you to be a better person than me and a better person than 99% of the people I'll ever meet.
Yeah. One of my best friends went there, and that's how I knew that you only get so many days off of the campus.
It's right. The application process is ridiculous. Was he super smart, your friend?
Oh, yeah. Very smart.
Yeah, you got to be very smart. You got to be athletic. You got to be in shape for the most part and willing to give a good portion of your life to the country. Again, I can't have more respect for the people who choose that because they're generally people who can choose a lot of different options. It's a selfless decision.
Mm-hmm. Like you can't get a mini fridge, I think, till like senior year because it's seen as like a perk.
I love, Eddie. I love that that's what sticks out to you.
That's crazy though, no?
Can't get the mini fridge.
That's crazy. Like shit like that is
somewhere the third part of ZD, Clem just banged his hand on the fist like, no mini fridge.
But you know what I mean? Like that's like one of the.
It's an all business thing. Again, it's respecting the military and appreciating what they do for the country is. I couldn't be more impressed by those people.
Yeah. Well, all right then. We'll get into the show here.
But I knew he'd be. I mean, I'm more curious a little bit on his background, things he said, but I knew he wasn't going to be like the colorful Yankee guy. Once he said that, it's like, okay, that's not going to be him.
Yeah, he was just having fun on one of the weekends he gets off for sure. It's what in Roman?
Felix Gray. I have
Felix Gray. All right, we'll do that.
All right.
Then. Let's get into Felix Gray, and then we'll continue the show.
All right, Felix Gray. 5 years ago, Felix Gray set out to create eyewear that would improve daily screen time. Since then, Felix Gray has been a mission to create better relationship with technology. Felix Gray lenses filter 15x more blue light that can make screen time tough on eyes and disruptive to sleep. Bang! I'm wearing them. I try to wear them whenever I'm in front of a computer screen. I honestly do, and I like the look so much. I actually like wearing them everywhere, but I feel a little disingenuous when I'm not in front of a screen. I actually did, and I don't know when it's coming out, the Nelk Boys podcast. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I did that last week with Menery.
How'd that go?
I would say it went well. There was no like animosity, like Kyle, who started Nelk, and I have great respect for, I've said, because he's been doing it since 2010, so no overnight success. And there's another guy, Adam, I believe, and Menery on it. Everybody was kind of on my side with like what was going on. And Menery, the only thing he said was, when I said he was talking shit about me at the Bulls game, he's like, it was overblown. I was talking about you. But then he said what he said. I'm like, well, that's what I thought you said. That was like an obnoxious, egotistical maniac. And I think he's like, yeah, you had the right to be mad. So I would say we're fine now, patched, and it was a good podcast. And I want to go on because they have a huge audience that, was good for us to reach. But it went well. But the point being, I debated wearing these, even though I knew I wouldn't be in front of a screen, because I think that I look good in them. But I didn't.
Did you wear? Oh, okay, so you did not wear.
I didn't.
Okay, so go get them. Those are the Roblings, right? That's your favorite frame?
These are not the Roblings, I don't believe.
No.
I don't know what these are. No, Kelvin. These are the Kelvins.
Kelvins.
Yeah.
Nice. So go grab.
I
those.
like the Roblings and the Kelvins. And yes, if I don't wear them and I'm like in front of a screen like I do this, then I do BFF, I do a bunch of shit, I won't be able to sleep. My eyes will twitch.
All right, so go get those. All right, last guest here. Have you seen these people that?
I have no idea who this is gonna be.
No, you could pop them in. You could pop them in, Kareem. You might have seen this.
Am I gonna know who this is when I see the person?
You won't know who he is, but
Oh, this is the person who's supposed to look like me.
yeah.
I've seen this. People tag me in the scheme. I'm looking now at the picture versus me. In the scheme of looking like me, 7. I feel like I've seen more people who look like me than him.
What's going on, man? What's your name?
I'm Dustin Pack.
I mean, we both have like the same beard thing going. Both our noses tend to be a little bit on the bigger side.
Yeah, it's the nose, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a good-looking dude, so... Oh, there it is,
black and
side
white
by side.
pictures, really.
Well, I mean,
really
I can't
close.
say you're ugly if people say we look like... But no, I think he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of... I started posting videos on TikTok. Seems to be the place that everybody thinks that we look the same. And so I started posting videos. I'm a fly fishing guide here in Tampa. And so I started posting fishing videos, like tutorial videos. And then like everybody's... Instead of being fishing related, everybody started posting, I thought you were going to do a pizza review, or how come this is an unboxing video, or, you know, everything that you do. And I'm like, man, okay. So then posting more videos, and same reaction over and over and over. And I was like, man, maybe there is something to this. So the other day I went to my wife and I was like, do I look like Dave Portnoy? And she's like, bring up pictures. So I brought up pictures and she's like, oh yeah, for sure. And I was like, for real? And she goes, yeah, if you two were in public, I can confuse you two for sure.
Yeah, I guess I can see the resemblance for sure. He's got blue eyes, a little bigger nose. It's more the beard is almost like borderline identical. So
right.
I guess
Mine's a
I
little
can see
longer
it.
right now. I almost trimmed it just for the interview.
But we're like the same right now. I almost feel like I can see it. There's been a couple lately, so I could definitely see the resemblance.
Yeah, I never would have put 2 and 2 together. Honestly, I've been watching your videos for a while, and I never really thought about it until people started saying it. And then yesterday, when your show posted the video that I posted, and then I saw the stills of my face and your face right over, and I was like, okay, now I kind of get it.
Yeah, we got the same, like, it's kind of, again, I would say brothers. Like, you could, if someone's like their brothers, you could see it. So, yeah, I see it. Is that what happened? We posted one. That's how I saw it. And people started tagging me.
Yeah.
There's a couple other, there's some, like, clothing.
We got him. We got the squid hat on?
Yeah, this guy's another one. What's the shirt company that you don't tuck in?
Untuckits?
Yes, the guy who started on Tuck It, they say that guy looks like me. This guy who looked like an older version of the dad. So people have been doing this lately. The Untuck It guy, and then there's some like fashion guy lately who people have been sending me, a little bit older.
I get Dale Earnhardt a lot. A lot of people were tagging Dave Earnhardt Jr. on the video.
You look, I think, more like the Earnhardt than me. The one that I hate is Zuckerberg. I get fucking Zuckerberg.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't got that.
Yeah, you don't want that. That one's no bueno. But I have that people know they're getting under my skin when it's like they say Zuckerberg. I go Bradley Cooper, but I can see our resemblance for sure.
Yeah, I got so you, and then when I posted that video, it was your face with John Krasinski's voice, or Jim's voice from The Office. And I never heard that before, but
I could see that a little bit saying it's like my favorite show. Yeah.
I'll take it.
There's certain ones where you're like, oh, I wish I did. When I took it more, that was more, all right, I can live with that. Like, I thought he was a good looking guy. So is your wife pretty?
Yes.
All right, see, there we go. All right, bang, there we go. So that's a win.
Yeah. Yeah. So when she said it and she confirmed it, then I was like, all right, this is definitely true then.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. It's weird when you look, but our faces are both like kind of longer, like similar. The beard, so
The light colored eye, what she said too.
Yep. Yeah. No, I get it. I see it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm in Tampa, I'll have to. What do you do in Tampa? Fly fishing?
I'm a fly fishing guide here, fishing guide.
All right. So that would, if I'm ever in Tampa, we'll have to go out, and then that
would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I live down half a mile from Brady, so.
Oh no shit! Are you rich or something?
No. I live on the other side of the street.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. If I'm in Tampa, I'll get your info, and that'll be fun.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, because everybody was, you should do pizza reviews. You should be, I'm not trying to be Dave. I just look like him.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know how to best, use this feature. So, and now I'm on your show. So I guess it worked.
Yeah. Maybe if anyone wants to go fly fishing with a guy who looks like me, I don't know what that's going to do you, but go, you got at least a guy now that a face you can trust.
Any publicity is good publicity, I guess.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Cool.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
Hell yeah, guys. Thank you so much.
Take care. Yep.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I see it, Eddie.
That
it was our faces, our noses are both bigger down there, and our beard. So I see it.
The beard is the big thing by far.
Yeah. Yep.
By
we
far.
both have lighter eyes.
Yeah. And remember that classic picture of you on that guy on the beach shoveling sand with his kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's great. That one's great. That was from a long time ago though.
Yeah. Oh, we've been doing this shit a long ass time.
You have. So sorry. Obviously, we had a bunch of people barging in. So are you? So you guys are fine now, you and Menery?
Yeah. I mean, he asked. He's like, is he champagne level? Like problem? I'm like, no, you're never. And my life has taken a turn where the people who get those champagne bottles are far different. I really didn't like Menery. And I told him why. It's like, I don't care if people say I'm obnoxious, egotistical, narcissistic, whatever. Fine. You can argue I am. I have no problem with that. My issue with him was he was very nice to my face. And then I found out he was doing that behind my back and not on purpose. He didn't know someone was there. But, whatever. Maybe I'm getting older, easier, wiser. That was not like, I'll never squash this beef. So I would say that beef is definitely squashed. He was very respectful, very nice. And I've always respected what Kyle and Nelk did.
Did he seem nervous about it coming in? No. Not
really.
When's that drop?
I don't know. I think soon, maybe. I don't know.
So it went well, though? You guys have any other meetings or anything besides that?
No. That was really it. I mean, they're killing it.
Yeah, they're huge. That's a big show.
And again, I always respect. Like, I just don't hate all, if you want to say they're a competitor or whatever. Like, there's a lot of similarities probably between what I built and what Kyle built. Like, we probably exploded before they did. Like, but they exploded, and you could argue bigger than we ever did. They're huge. But 2010. Is that what I think he said 2010. So just like us, he's one of those stories where it's people like, oh, overnight success, and then not even close. Like grind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean him and Jesse, I think it was.
Jesse, I didn't ask about that. He's not so much involved, I don't think, anymore. Really, Steve will do it. And Steve will do it. Yeah. He's a fan of Barstool. He applied to work with us before Nelk, and I just missed it. Not that I saw him as like not talented. I just didn't even know he did it. Like he reached out after he started getting big, and I just went back and saw that he reached out. Now, as I said on their podcast, I don't know that he would have been as successful with us as with them. Like he fits perfectly with that brand.
Mm-hmm. Is that I mean, you didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, that's got to be one of the biggest misses, right?
Well, I don't know. Like I don't know that he would have. He fits their brand so perfectly. Maybe he fit our brand like in 2010-ish, like when we were doing more events, but it's not that easy to do a lot of the stuff he does with our relationships. Like we tried to work with Nelk. They didn't get approved for the gambling commissions because they're out there. They do things that, you know, are a little more risque than us.
Yeah, they're wild. They don't give a fuck.
Now, back in the day, I mean, there was nobody. We were the Wild West. Like our history, like we were before I'm Schmacked. I remember when I'm Schmacked exploded. Everyone's like, why doesn't Barstool do these parties? We did do those parties 100x fold. And we couldn't get venues. We couldn't make money. People wouldn't work with us because we were burning down cities. So it's like we were still business. You got to make decisions.
Yeah, I mean, if Steve and Brianna, if you put them on a tour, I think they'd be banned from all 50 states.
Brianna's killing it. And everyone knows that. And it's like, they even says like, Brianna's blowing up. Caleb. Like, there's mutual respect there. Well, no doubt. I think anybody who builds an internet brand like he has and like we have and have been doing it for as long as each other has mutual respect for each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than Logan and your relationship
Correct.
with him and
Yep.
Jake. So it's, yeah, it makes sense then. Well, all right. I'm looking forward to watching that, though.
Yeah, I don't know when it comes out.
You did it in Miami then, I assume?
Yeah, we did it at Dave Grutman's Key Club.
Oh, yeah, because he's big with them too, right?
Yep.
Gotcha. And then I was saying, Gaz, I don't know if you're still around, but you knew that how there was a sponsor loss. There was like a.
Oh yeah, what? I know nothing about this.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Gaz,
there may be many. The one that I'm aware of is that someone's
Our sponsor.
What do you mean? Not like Dave Portnoy sponsor,
No,
like a
go ahead.
Barstool sponsor that was interested in being content at Barstool was in 1 Minute Man, and like the topic was very edgy. So they were like, we can't be next to like him talking about sucking dick or whatever.
Right.
It was. I don't know.
I've known about that with Kevin for a while because he loves going down the porn angle, and people don't love that, and sometimes they get stuck next to it. So I've known.
Yeah. So now there's like a little bit of a rating system to be like, yeah, you can sling it here. You can kind of give a little bit more context to you guys, the people that are doing the ad reads.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was the KFC rule, right? Is that fair to say? Or anybody really?
Really, anybody.
Yeah.
But he tends to love talking about porn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's that because I know people probably would have been wondering about that. How was Silvana's birthday? This is
birthday month, Eddie. She's like Gaz.
No.
Yeah, you're like a girl with birthday.
Did you celebrate this weekend?
Yeah.
You told me you were taking it easy.
That was the plan. So we went out Saturday night. We're going to St. Bart's for a week. Like bunch of our friends. We're leaving Friday for that. That's really the main one. But I've never met anybody who loves their birthday besides Paul as much as she does. So it's quite the extensive thing. Her friends came. That's why. So we had a group. We went out to dinner. Saturday went out. But yeah, it's birthday month, no doubt.
So did you do Friday, Saturday, and
No,
Sunday? How
we
many
didn't
days
do
you go
anything.
this week?
We went out to dinner, went home, didn't go out on Friday because I don't want to be sick for St. Bart's, so I'm trying to like keep my shit together.
I was thinking about you when I saw it. I was like, man, he's got a big weekend. That's going to be a lot of 5 a.m.ers.
When you said you woke up at like 1 o'clock, what was it, yesterday to do that ad for the Masters? Was that what it was? And you were like, I just got up. I was like, oh man, what did we do last night?
No, we went out pretty late on Saturday. We did the 11. So her sister was here, her boyfriend was here, her friend from college was here, a bunch of her friends.
Nice. Well, and what did you run into Jimmy Buffett or what happened there?
Yeah, so the Bitcoin conference was here this weekend. So I saw him at an event. I asked him to come on this podcast, by the way. He denied it, which hurt. But he said he's got kind of new people, but from what I've gathered, like his handlers, if you want to call it that, don't love him going on like podcasts and stuff because he'll just sling it. And at this point in his life and career, it's like, what is the advantage of potentially saying something that may not be politically correct? But I saw him, talked to him. I love him. He's the only guy who gets me going. Like truly, like just so excited to see him. And I love talking to him.
Did you speak at the Bitcoin conference? Did that happen?
They had me on, and there's a couple different people. I'd love to get the Raising Cane's guy on here probably. That's a fascinating business. But they had me on, so first of all, Bitcoin conference is crazy. It's like 3 days, so many people. And they had all these speakers. And then in between the keynote speeches or panels, it's almost like a desk. So I would describe it, if you're watching a football game and it's halftime, you go to the desk.
Yeah.
So I was on the desk from like 9:30 to maybe 1. And, you know, you have like a bunch of 10-minute segments where you just either talk about the speech or what's going on. I think I was fascinated by the conference. I will say they kind of fucked me because I agreed to do this desk thing a month ago. And then like the day before, they're like, hey, will you go on this panel with Francis Ngannou? What's the UFC guy? What's
Francis
his name?
Ngannou
and another person. It's like 15 minutes, and it's one of those panels. So it's one of those main things in a conference hall that the other people were doing. But I never agreed to it because the timing was way off. It's like go from 9 to 12, and then I'm done. And that thing was at like 2:30 for 15 minutes. I never agreed to it, but they tweeted out that I was in it. So a lot of people were actually coming up to me being like, you bailed on that. I bought a ticket just for that. No. I never agreed to it. I never said I was doing it. When I showed up, they're like, hey, can you do this? It's like, no, I can't. I'm not going to sit around. I have other shit I got to do. So they kind of fucked me in that regard because, as I've said in my Tana Mojo rant from BFFs, when I commit to something, I fucking do it 100% of the time. I don't bail. I'm dependable. So they made it look kind of fucked up because it looked like I just bailed on it, even though I never agreed to it.
Mm-hmm. What did you feel like you knew? Like, can you talk about it now? Like, do you feel like you're knowledgeable? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I have a general understanding. I will say, and it's what I said on the panel, I think there's something to it. I think it's still so big that it won't fail. I feel like a lot of Bitcoin people are super disingenuous in the fact that they make it seem like they're out to save the world. They just want to make money. Everyone wants to make money. Like Bitcoin is about greed, no different than the US dollar, but they try to shape it like something else. I don't agree with that, but I understand a lot of the points. There was a nice article in Fast Company about the conference saying I was by far the most like popular person there. It's like the biggest like selfie line. I met with Bitcoin Marty.
Oh,
he's like, I don't know how successful and rich he is. Like sat down, met with him, caught up with him a little bit. A guy who we also should have on this at one point who's fucking huge. This dude named Jack Mallers, who I had never heard of. And someone connected like, hey, he wants to like meet you. I don't know if that's true, but I was like, whatever. I'm not going to do that. And I looked up who he was. He was the keynote speaker one of the days. He was on 60 Minutes. So I went out to lunch with him, and I really actually liked him. Thought he was like, I won't say this word. You won't hear me say it too much about people. I thought he was brilliant. Like, I think he's a brilliant guy. Young, 26, 27. So he basically, from my understanding, he started a company called Strike, which, in my layman terms, will allow its technology that if you pay with Bitcoin, can transfer it to dollars and back to Bitcoin like instantaneously.
So was he like a rich asshole brilliant, or did he seem like a normal guy brilliant?
Normal guy brilliant. Brilliant,
Really?
but he's still young. And he's like the toast of Bitcoin right now. Also had a very funny bubbly gang story.
I mean, that was a whole thing this weekend. I don't know if you saw any of that or if you have a comment on any of that.
I saw a little. Someone sent me. What, he go off the reservation again?
Yeah, he went off the rails. I mean, he's bipolar. He's
what was he mad about?
Well, I think something happened within the Bitcoin community where he thought he was getting screwed or not being like someone was using him type of situation. That plus drinking, plus, not having maybe medication, whatever that.
Were you out with him?
Not when the meltdown happened. I was out that night. That was when we went to that Gemini Zed party.
Oh, yeah. The Winkle Valley.
Yeah, and then after we went to Rick Ross, my guy was in town. So we were all out. He left, and then that's when the meltdown happened. I woke up in the morning. He was already on a plane, gone. He all apologized after. He's basically deactivated Twitter. We'll see how long that lasts. He's not deactivated. He's got it off his phone because he's like, I need to figure it out. I can't do this. My brain's fucked up. I gotta somehow. So we'll see. Feel bad in that sense, but yeah, something set him off on there, and he still has stuff about Barstool that he is concerned about, that he still thinks about, that he got slighted there. You know the story.
Well, I do know the story.
Yeah, he still hates Rednick.
Listen, I met Jack Mallers, who, like I said, super impressed by him. Couldn't, down to earth, just brilliant. Would be successful in whatever he does in my mind. And a gigantic stoolie. Knew everything. He's I was writing the code when I was watching the rundown. And it's funny because he was saying, Bitcoin Marty, he knows him forever. He had a very funny story. He's I'm orange pilling. Orange pill means getting people to believe in Bitcoin, I think. He's I'm orange pilling these guys at Barstool. We're almost getting prez. And then he's he saw Nate tweet about how he bought Bitcoin. He's oh no, they got the wrong guy. He's wait a minute. All this, you got Nate. But he was telling a Bubbly Gang, I was going to tell you this, guys, a Bubbly Gang story. His assistant, who's high up, he's yeah, Lewis, I met with Lewis. And I'm yeah, he can go. He's I thought he was on something when I met him. He was just pushing so hard. And he's all right, so I'm going to put a meeting in your calendar for tomorrow. He's no, I can't meet tomorrow. I'll call you back when I'm ready. He's no, tomorrow. He's he put it in my calendar. And he's I just didn't show up. I couldn't, he just tried to bully me into a meeting. I'm yeah, that's Bubbly Gang in a nutshell. It was very on brand.
Kid pushes and pushes and pushes till he goes over the cliff, basically.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. But
no, it was interesting. I'm more of a believer in Bitcoin after this conference because there's just so many people who are so passionate about it.
Do you think we should do something down here I was thinking about it last week, event wise, we do Super Bowl, we do March Madness. It's such a big community, and I feel there's a lot you could probably do there.
What does that mean?
There was a million of parties, events, to get Barstool out there. I know you're the king of it, but Barstool,
but we're out there. I hate doing parties and events, and they're so expensive. The Winklevosses, dude, they own 1% of all Bitcoin. So they have fuck you money on top of fuck you money on top of fuck you money. I don't. Yeah, the St. Bart's trip has sent me back for a year.
They had Zed DJing a house party. No one was paying attention. It was just Dante the Don playing at a house party. He was just there, and it was Zed. And
same as Rufus, which I didn't really know, but same exact thing. People there it was a Ripple party. No one was paying attention. No one cared.
How many people going to St. Bart's?
10.
10?
Yep.
You going, Gaz?
I am going. He invited me.
Oh,
he got the last invite.
There you go, Gaz.
Yeah.
Well, you said it was either going to cost you $1 million or it was going to be free. So it
ended up neither because that was gambling, and I won a little bit, but not enough to pay for the trip.
Okay. Damn. All right. So the Bitcoin conference went well.
I was impressed by it. I really was.
Yeah. Askren was on with you too, right?
Yep.
How were you guys?
Good. I like him. I've always liked him.
Yeah. That was because he was always in. You guys beefed back and forth a little bit about it on Twitter, when you weren't in.
Well, we talked about it. Listen, I just say what I feel about it, and I actually have a Safe Moon video coming out. I know once I did the finance thing, sometimes people think I'm a shiller. I tell you when I'm involved, what I think, what I believe. I'm always honest about it. But Safe Moon people were there, and then they wrote a letter, Safe Moon, to Kelly Martin, our PR, being Dave fucking unfairly portrayed Safe Moon. Like, because I said that I want 40 grand to 4, which I did. And then they're like, yeah, but you haven't switched to Safe Moon version 2. This is probably boring people to death, which I hadn't. I did it once they told me to, and I lost all my money. I have no idea what happened. So whatever, is what it is. But I have a video explaining that. But, you know, I'm very honest about Safe Moon. I think Bitcoin sort of started as a Ponzi scheme. But I do think now it's gotten so much acceptability, and I understand like the thought behind it of all these countries and inflation and all this stuff. Things can happen to you in a country that affect your money and you have no control over it. Bitcoin, they are decentralized, and the argument goes that your money is safer there. Who knows? I own $1 million worth of Bitcoin.
A lot of people are asking just because you're doing that. You got the NFTs. You got
and the NFTs thing have been a disaster so far. I am paid partnership with them, but I'm not buying those because of the partnership. I'm buying them because I believe and still believe. People keep the NFT thing that I do. I don't want to bore people. Look it up. Look up Recur. This isn't a fly by night. Fucking Steve Cohen, who hates me, put $50 million into this company. They have relationships with Paramount. They own The Godfather, Sponge Square Pants, whatever his name is. They just did Star Trek. They're going to have like every football player, college, who's active. So they'll have a Tom Brady Michigan NFT when football season starts, most likely. I thought when I got Ja Morant, it would be worth more. It's not. I can't in good conscience right now tell people to buy a pack until the price goes up. But like NFTs make people money. People are acting like I'm some shit. I'm not. Buzz has sucked. Buzz, I wish I didn't do Buzz, but the stock market got tanked. Penn stock is fucking in the trash right now. But still, if you got in early. But I do what any move you see making is transparent. End of story. Like the Safe Moon, if you saw Safe Moon, Jake Paul, Tyga, and a couple other celebs are actually getting sued because supposedly they got Safe Moon coins to pump it up and then start get rid of it. I didn't get any of that. I put my own money. I've never talked to Safe Moon in my life before they complained.
So right now we're less than 50%, you would say?
Of what?
If you said you regret Buzz, you don't Safe Moon.
I regret Buzz because it's like at $18 and I really thought it was going to work. And I want people, like, if I think something's going to work, I want it to work. And I got nothing out of it, so.
And that's a stock market issue. You could buy Apple at that point. It's down.
Yeah, right. I know.
Shopify.
I know.
Like, they're all down.
I know.
It's basically a recession coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you NFTs, TBD.
Yeah, there's a long way. This is the top of the first one out with the NFT. Their business model with these NFTs is look at who our partnerships are with, and almost like baseball cards, when you buy them, like you're going to look back in a couple of years and be like, ooh, this is the company that made it, and I bought these early. So it's too early to tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see. And then obviously Bitcoin's doing well. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wish I had that 11. Bitcoin tanked a little bit recently, but still up. And I'm not buying and selling a lot of this shit anymore. Maybe I will. I want to get back to NFT. I love doing it, but I bought houses, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dave, let's do Roman and let's get into some more stuff.
Roman, hard dick business. Most guys have tried different ways to last longer, but thinking about baseball doesn't work. Folks at Roman Online Men's Health Company are changing the game with Roman Swipes. The secret to longer lasting sex, Roman Swipes, clinically proven to last longer. Effective, easy to use, fast acting, don't require prescriptions. They can swipe to you and they ship to you in sweet and discreet, unmarked packaging. Each swipes package is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. Super easy to use, just the swipes out of the pocket, put it on your dick, let it dry, you're good to go. Go to GetRoman.com/Dave. Get $10 off swipes when you sign up for a monthly plan. If you haven't tried them, what are you doing? There's nobody who's great in bed. Nobody. So last longer, good to go.
And especially, they got a full bar here on their advertising. Like they've been with Barstool so long. So loyal partner, good product. Go use it. Saw the score ripped pretty hard in Canada, huh? The score did well. It was number 2.
Oh yeah, the app download. That was great. I don't know anything beyond that, but yes, I saw that as well.
That's good. And then I think the Biz merch promo, I think I heard did pretty well too. Which
I would hope so.
Surprise.
He's a fucking monster out there.
No surprise. The big news, obviously, last week though was that you Dan, and the boxing crew is going to announce a Canelo fight in May.
Crazy, right?
That's wild. So like that's going to be the only call, or is there going to be like?
So people have the option when they purchase the fight to do the traditional broadcast or our broadcast. So, and it's full. It's not like Showtime where we just dipped in for like 5 minutes a pop. It's the entire broadcast. Caleb, Roan, me, Dan, Robbie. We're going to try to get Large involved somewhat. So the entire broadcast, soup to nuts.
How long has this been in the works?
So, crazy story, basically. I saw a lot of people. I love Large. Large is like buddies with Canelo and has done a great job with DAZN and all that stuff. This had nothing to do with that. I happened to be out in Miami, and a guy was introduced to me, and it's like, hey, you should meet this guy. He turned out to be the owner of DAZN, Warner Music. I think he's like the 35 richest person in the world. His name's like Len Blosevich. I hope I didn't butcher his name. And he reached out. So I met him at actually the opening of one of Dave Grutman's events, and we exchanged numbers. He's like, hey, come meet me for breakfast. I just want to like meet you. Met him. He, to be honest, didn't even know we worked with the DAZN at the time. Got along. I told him more about Barstool and myself and learned more about what he was up to. So we met, and then he asked, he's like, you want to come out to dinner? I'm leaving tonight. We went out to dinner with him, and he put me in touch with the DAZN people for a conference call. How could we work together? And I'm like, what about this alternate broadcast idea? I think our people would be more likely maybe to buy the Canelo fight with our spin on it. So that's where the deal it came together lightning quick. This came together 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
So that's how it came together.
You pretty pumped for it? I know you're a boxing guy, so.
I think it's nuts. Canelo is the number one fighter in the world, active, that we're going to be like ringside calling it Canelo fight. I'm very excited. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, like being ringside at a fight like that. Also, if we do a good job, I think it puts us in line to call eventually Canelo Triple G.
Is that confirmed going to happen? I hope it does.
If they keep winning, I think it will, yeah.
I hope so. That would be fucking unbelievable.
It does suck. And anyone who says I'm not a company man, it's Derby Day, Kentucky Derby, which I haven't missed in about 10 years, and F1 the next day in Miami, which I want to go to. But Vegas fight night, good for the company, good for Barstool, so I'm very excited.
Very underrated sports weekend.
It always is. There's always a fight, I feel like, on that Kentucky Derby Day. It will be a little different because obviously part of the charm of R&R is the comedy of it, and it'll be a little different because it's a real fight. So there's not going to be like people passing out of exhaustion, but I'm very excited. And I'm curious to see how we do with pay-per-view buys. Like, we do for R&R anywhere between 40, 50, 60,000. Will we do more because it's a big fighter? I have no idea. I don't know what to expect. I don't think DAZN knows what to expect. What do you mean?
How's that going to work, though, with like Caleb and Roan? Like, usually they're the first ones to grab those guys.
So we have access to everything. Like, the way I understand it, DAZN's going to have like a person with them, and they can go wherever they want. DAZN guys will just be like, yep, access. Pete is going to be in the truck. Like, it's our broadcast. We'll have the same shots, but like, yeah, we have our own cameras and can cut. So it could be in between the action. It could be on, like, if you're going to have two different things. You're going to have two different feeds. We have our own truck, our own everything.
I just figured it's complicated when it's, hey, we're going to cut to Canelo, versus Bobby Lang if they're going to give the main people first dibs.
No, Canelo runs the show. So if Canelo's like nobody in his locker room right now, they won't get in. That's different. It's like Bobby Lang, we can demand it. But other than that, we have access to everything. They're
Are you
two
gonna be there
different
all
feeds.
week?
What? We're getting
Are
there,
you
I
gonna be
think,
there
by
all week?
Thursday. We'll go to weigh-in
Nice.
Friday, fight Saturday.
That's gonna be sick, dude.
Try to do some sort of Kentucky Derby party on Saturday. Elio's coming because we always do Derby together. So we'll do Derby maybe Friday together. We're excited.
That's gonna be awesome.
I didn't know how people take it. I said, some people, I'm like, is this a 0 on a scale of 0 to 10? What do you rank this announcement? Some people are like 10. Some people are like 0. There was very few people like 5. It's like either, oh my God, or who cares? I will say if it was Triple G, if we did that, it's a 10 because everyone in the world's going to watch that fight. This guy is a big favorite, but still fucking Canelo.
But that's what I'm saying. Canelo is the big factor. If it was just a random boxing,
We wouldn't do it. I have no interest in that. Right.
Yeah, but Canelo. I mean, he's fucking Canelo.
He's the best active fighter in the world.
Yeah. So no, that's gonna be sick. That's gonna be awesome. So is there anything before that, or just that week you'll order the fight?
I mean, most people don't buy the pay-per-views, obviously, right up till the day. I got to figure out the Kentucky Derby aspect of it and how that works with Penn and all that.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, if you're going to be in Vegas that weekend, it sounds like Barstool's going to be doing something, so keep your eye out. Let's do some inside Barstool here. White Sox Dave struggles to find opening day tickets.
Listen, we got this. I got to figure it out. I got to get on this sometimes. We have a new ticket sponsor, big ticket sponsor. We have a bank of tickets we can use. We can give out tickets, game time. It's last minute, great prices. So like White Sox Dave, we'll buy you the fucking tickets. Just make sure people know you can get them last second. It's a great fucking deal with Game Time app. Download it.
Do you know?
If you're a Stoolie, download it. Well, you're going to get tickets.
Was this a Dave deal? Do you know these guys?
No.
No, this was just a bar. I know it's a big
somebody
thing.
sold it. Yeah. We're very good. I called MB and Paul. It's like sometimes we're not organized enough because they are a great sponsor. They have great deals at tickets. They've helped us. We got to make sure our people know you can get great deals, and our talent has to show the deals and can get the tickets. So I just got to get that organized.
It's all right. White Sox Dave got his tickets, so go to Game Time app and go grab your tickets if you need them for MLB or whatever this season, really. What did you think of? I saw there was a bench Bob beef. They were looks like they got into it with Titus and Tate a little bit. Did you see all that? It was early last week.
Yeah, I saw that they got into it. I mean, listen, it's a tough spot probably for Dan because he is pretty friendly with those guys, and one of them, which one? Titus does like the dozen, so he's very Barstool friendly. But I also get how Rico sees it as competition, like I would in his shoes, like their college basketball podcast. So he probably doesn't like interacting with them. Probably on our end, he's like, oh, that just helps them and hurts me. I could see that. I'd probably have that same mentality, but they've been Dan has been talking and working with them for years, so I get his side too. We tried to hire them before Bench Mob started, and I think Titus was more interested than the other one. I don't know if the other one cares for me, or we didn't offer enough. I don't know. They never did counter. They never got back to us. Mm-hmm. And by the way, that line that I believe they said on the podcast about, what did he say? Like they've hit their...
Like they've hit their peak.
That was my line. Like they just took what I said, and I didn't mean it negatively to them. You could say that, I believe, about Pardon My Take, or I guess even us. Like more probably Pardon My Take, which has been around for a long time. Like Pardon My Take is not going to all of a sudden explode growth-wise. They've been around for a while. They're huge. They are what they are. Like, I do believe that can be said for them. They've been around for a while. They kind of are what they are. So, like, I don't think going on is going to explode them. Bench Mob's relatively new. Like, they can still go way up if they figure it out. I didn't mean it negatively. I think they took it negatively. But I was more like, they're not like some new podcast that you started the same time as them. That was kind of my point.
Mm-hmm. Was there some controversy with his Kansas pick? I saw you tweeting about that.
It looked like he didn't take Kansas. He was saying he took Kansas. There's a video that was put out that he took everybody but Kansas.
I think that was his just initial prediction, and then he saw value throughout the year.
That's fine,
how
but he didn't pick them at the beginning of the year. He picked everybody but them.
Mm-hmm. So you're still overall season's over. You're good with bench mob entering end of year 2, entering year 3 here.
Not really. I mean,
no.
They got to figure something out.
Numbers did get better, but I mean, March Madness was probably,
Yeah, and what he doesn't like, I mean, they get a lot of shine from other people, which is a technique. And that's not negative. Like, we want the thing to fucking grow. It's a niche sport. And maybe when you look at Titus and Tate, that's why their numbers are where their numbers are. Again, not negatively, it's a niche sport. Like, Pardon My Take talks about everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we'll see. Frank the Tanky declares the Mets season over at 3-2.
I knew that was going to. I actually had a 3-team parlay. I lost the third part. I had the Mariners, but what a waste that I didn't bet them individually. I had the Phillies, the under 9.5. They were losing 4-0 in, I think, the 8th. They won the game 5-4. Epic collapse by the Mets. And do you know how hard that is to have the under 9.5 be losing 4-0 and win both? But it didn't matter. But yeah, I knew once they collapsed, Frank he's been very positive, but now he said they'll never win another game. So it's good to have the tank back.
Yeah, I mean 3-2. That's insurmountable.
Yeah.
You'll just never come back from that. Did you see this video of Rear Admiral losing it at a bar?
Well, that's not Rear Admiral.
You don't think so?
Some DJ. It looks like Rear Admiral. Very funny, but
I was hoping you didn't see it, and I was going to get you. But
yeah, it did look like him. Very funny.
Dude, it looked exactly like him. Can you pull that up, Kareem, if you're in there? This was so fucking funny, man.
Messing with his stuff. It looks exactly like him.
I mean, identical. So, damn, I was hoping you didn't see that. Glenny Balls, he launches a new show called Only Stands featuring some OnlyFans women.
For anything listen, go Glenny, go. Anything you can do to get shit going, I'm all for it. I don't know how the numbers are. It did well?
Good launch. Yes.
He had that funny line. So yeah, I mean, again, it's a cheat code when you're using like women like that, but good, do it.
Mm-hmm. She actually offered him, to my knowledge, if he wanted to take part in a video. So
I don't know what that means. I don't know that.
Be like an OnlyFans like performer with him in her videos. Yeesh. You could pay.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you watch Balls fuck?
Yeah.
No.
If it was the right girl, right situation, right?
No. Gross.
No.
Stop. Done. No. Don't. No.
Well.
No. Nope.
Okay. Well.
Nope.
We'll see if Ballsy gets in the game. Shout out to Ballsy, the new show. And then Grace O'Malley goes full time with Brianna.
Very, very Barstool-esque. I did not know Grace was not full time, so I found that out. That's insane. It's insane. I think Big Cat was the one who told me, he's like, hey, Grace, she's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, she's great. It's like, she's not full time. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, Brianna's a rocket ship, so let's support Brianna. And Grace is important to what she does and the perfect sidekick. So, crazy.
So you found that out in New Orleans, I assume?
Yep. And then I came home and she instantly went full time.
How does that work, though? Like, where does that communication get cut off that people like that aren't getting
I guess
that
maybe
full-time?
people don't mention it to me. I assume, I don't know.
Paul, you got any background on that?
I'm definitely looser with the pocketbook than the business side. But like if I say that, something like that, it goes. So, I understand. She's very important. Like she has to be full time.
Paul,
And
how does
she's
that
great.
get lost? Do you know?
What?
Yeah, I mean, early on when like Jen was still here, Brianna had went saying she wanted her friend to be part of the show, like be a part of production, social, whatever. So we made that happen. under the basically the same guys that Dave just said. Like Brianna's a rocket ship. She's doing a great job. She deserves to have her people with her to like make good content with and all that stuff. So she came on as, I think, maybe a freelancer type of thing, getting paid, but wasn't full time. And then, yeah, I think no one really, I don't know what made it forced to be like, oh, she's looking to get hired full time. Well, she doesn't have a full time. I don't know where that driver, but like, yeah, it should have been taken care of. And I'm glad it is.
Yeah, I mean, at some level, Brianna or anybody, you know when you're starting to be successful. Like Brianna knows she's successful. So it's like, little things shouldn't be an issue for Brianna anymore. Like when she was doing the tour in the beginning and she's running around buying the table, going to Walmart, like that should not be the case. Now, I love Brianna because she's not one to generally complain about that shit and she just gets it done. But you get to a level where let's make sure she's being taken care of.
Yeah. I think we noticed once on like I saw her on Instagram story, she was like at the back of like a Spirit airline to go to like some, like we can't have that. Like she should be like, she's driving around the country, flying around. It should be like first class treatment for sure. So we got to get better at that.
All right. There you go. So congrats to Grace. You still fired up about the hats or what?
What hats?
The hat draft.
I was right. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like you went back and forth. I could have had, I think I said 6 hats. I could have had 5 for my entire team. It was just, there's no rhyme or reason. Like, if you're not a classic hat guy, you're mixing in these crazy hats. Like, the Yankees went in the 5th round, didn't they?
Yeah, Yankees went late. But that was more so because...
That's crazy.
But that was more so because, obviously, Coley wasn't going to take him.
Well, there's 5 guys in the draft.
And White Sox Dave despises the Yankees, too. So that's interesting that you would take a Yankees hat.
Well, I mean, I don't like the Yankees, but the Yankees is like the most iconic hat ever made, basically.
That's what I said. That's why I took it. It's their memorabilia.
And I guess if you want to argue, like, I like classic hats. I like the history, like the fact the original Detroit Tigers hat wasn't taken is blasphemy to me. But somebody took the one with the tiger coming through the D. Now Coley and I have very different tastes. I don't know if that's him, but like
that was him.
What?
That was him.
Yeah, like the original D. That hat is just a classic, iconic hat.
It's a good hat.
It's a great hat. It's a fucking great hat.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm surprised you didn't like the Marlins, the teal Marlins one.
I like history and heritage. I like the black one more. That's why I don't like the White Sox hat. People are like, it's not that classic. It's like relatively new in the scheme of hats.
Yeah, I mean, it was popularized in the like the 90s by like Eazy-E and
right.
NWA.
But like the Red Sox were wearing like their hat in 1918, so it's like
yeah. All right then, that's it. Dave, anything else? You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
No show next week. You'll be in St. Barth's.
Yep, we're gonna take the week off. I figured it's hard to put together.
You gonna wish us luck in the dozen?
Yeah, good luck. I'm glad I didn't commit to that. That would have fucked me up.
Yeah, you would not have made it.
Yeah,
so
good luck.
Who's
my replacement?
We're still working on it. Got a couple names that we're trying, so we'll see.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Thanks everybody for watching. We won't see you next week. We'll see you the week after. See you then.
All right. Sounds good, Eddie.
See you there.